Good afternoon to all the viewers and welcome back to ICCA Live, World-Class Culinary Online. Today, we have yet another interesting session, and it is on US poultry the professional way, on the topic of popular marinades from around the world. I will now hand over to our host, Shanaz Raja, Director of Courses at the ICCA Dubai. Over to you, Shanaz.
Thank you, Karun. Hello, everyone. For those of you who are here with us for the first time, I'm Shanaz Raja, the Director of Courses here at the International Center for Culinary Arts in Dubai, an internationally renowned vocational education training center delivering personal and professional education in cookery, bakery, and patisserie. I'm happy to welcome all of you to this training on cooking with US chicken with Chef Adam Jonk from our Faculty of Cookery here at the ICCA. US chicken, as you will soon see, are relatively large and have an amazing yield, which makes them ideal for use in restaurants or in catering, or even if you have a large family of chicken lovers to feed. It is very important to know that this chicken is hormone-free. During the session with Chef Adam, we have a few questions for you, which will pop up as polls for you. And if you have any questions for him, do type them into the chat and I will take them up with the chef for you. Do attend the entire session so we can send you a certificate of attendance. I'll leave the rest to you, Chef Adam.
Hello and welcome. My name is Chef Adam. I'm all the way from South Africa, and welcome to another live webinar from the ICCA here in Dubai. So today's subject, we're going to do marinades from all over the world. We're going to visit three different continents. Please join me on this journey around the world. So today we're going to talk about US poultry and chicken in Pacific. So where does it come from? US broilers are produced in a crescent from Delaware all the way to Texas. It is individually grown by individual farmers, and they are corn-fed. They are inspected by the USDA before they are exported, and US chicken is halal. It is the most commonly protein used all over the world, and it is very versatile, and more important, it is a cheap source of protein. So let's talk about the nutritional value of US chicken. It is high quality protein, low in a fat content, vitamins and minerals, B6 and B12, rich in vitamins A because it is corn-fed, iron antioxidants, vitamin E, iron, zinc, and copper. So, Missionaries, let's ask a question to start with.
So I published the poll, Chef. I don't know whether you can see your screen.
Yes, I can.
I think it was soon after, so everybody's got it correct. Everyone says Delaware to Texas, 100%. They've got that correct.
That's correct. Well done. Yes, US broilers are produced in a crescent from Delaware to Texas. So let's talk about the parts of a chicken. Now here I've got a whole chicken, and of course we've got our chicken wing with the drummet, the winglet and the wingtip, and then of course the chicken breast, very commonly used. A lot of people like the chicken breast because there's no bone in. But today we're going to focus on the chicken leg quarter, and that is the thigh and the drumstick. Now the thigh and the drumstick together is called the leg quarter, also very well known as the Maryland cut. This is a restaurant cut, and we will serve it as one portion. So how do we store chicken? Very, very important. Chicken should always be stored at 0 to 5 degrees Celsius fresh. And if you receive your stock frozen, remember to freeze it at minus 18 degrees Celsius and store it in a freezer immediately after receiving. Avoid the danger zone at all time. The danger zone above 5 degrees Celsius or below 60 degrees Celsius. Very important to keep it out of this time temperature, because then in this temperature zone, bacteria will thrive. And remember, store cooked food away from raw food and store them separately. if you have to store cooked food and raw food in the same freezer, put the cooked food on top and the raw food at the bottom. And the simple reason for this is that when the meat thaw, drippings might fall onto the cooked food and cross-contaminate it. So why do we marinate? We marinate to enhance flavors. The acidity in the marinade normally softens the meat and tenderizes it and gives it some awesome flavors. We want to enhance the flavors of the chicken. So we can marinate from as little as 15 minutes up to 12 hours. Some people will leave it overnight. I prefer 3 to 4 hours is more than efficient. But if you're in a hurry, as little as 15 minutes can make a big difference in the flavor profile of your chicken. Marinades normally have acidity in it, acidity agency. You can think of things like buttermilk, lemon juice, vinegar. All these things are fantastic in a marinade. And you can follow my recipe, but make up your own recipe as well. Look at the stuff you have and at hand in the refrigerator, and think of spices like cumin, cinnamon, star anise. All those things work fantastic as a dry rub or as a marinade. Now, before, in the olden days, we used to brine the chicken in a salt water solution, normally overnight. If you're going to make fried chicken, you can brine it in some buttermilk. Works fantastic. It really softens up the chicken and brings out that juiciness you really want in fried chicken. So, Mishinaz, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm right here. I just keep my mic off so it doesn't echo. And I'm coming up with the next poll for you. Yeah, so this is Chef Adam's next question to you. Why must the danger zone temperature be avoided when poultry is stored? Once again, everyone has got it right, because harmful bacteria may thrive. That's wonderful.
Fantastic, well done. Thank you for paying attention. Yes, very important. Keep chicken out of the danger zone above 5 degrees and below 60 degrees Celsius. At that temperature, bacteria will thrive. So let me take you on a journey across the world. First, we're going to start out with one of my favorites, my personal recipe, and that is barbecue. Barbecue chicken, barbecue marinade, famous all over the world. The specific recipe from North America, and we will start our journey there. So what do we need for our barbecue chicken? You can't see Mishinaz, but I can hear her. She's inside my head via an earphone.
They can see me now.
Can they see you?
Yeah, but why do you want them to see me, Chef?
Just to see how pretty you are, man.
Thank you, thank you.
Sunil? I'm lucky enough to have a team of backup here. Let's just get a pan going. So we're going to start with our barbecue marinade. And I'm going to name the ingredients as we add it to our saucepan. Thank you, Chef. Chef Sunil, thank you so much. I'm lucky to have him. Right, first we're going to start off with a little bit of butter or a little bit of oil in my saucepan. And I will use medium-high heat. Then I'm going to add my onions. And mine is scaled down already. Oh, listen to that sizzle. They say that cooking is one of the things where you use all the senses, your sight, your smell, the touch, the hearing, and you can't maybe hear this as good as I. That sizzle sound is just amazing. I'm going to add my garlic, and then I'm going to add my sugar. And this is brown sugar. Now you just want to cook your onions and your peppers until they're soft and the brown sugar has just dissolved, and then we'll start adding our wet ingredients. Thank you. So I'm going to add my vinegar, hot sauce, and I found that Tabasco sauce works fantastic with this recipe. my ketchup, and that gives that beautiful dark color. Some red wine vinegar, some Worcestershire sauce, some yellow mustard. I prefer Dijon. Then just for a little bit of bite, the cayenne pepper, my smoked paprika, a pinch of salt, and a pinch of freshly ground black pepper. Now, cook it low and slow until your vegetables is nice and soft. John, can we get a camera shot here? Can the guests see this? And we're going to cook it low and slow for about 45 minutes. Now, please pay attention. I'm using the figure of 8 method of stirring it because the figure of 9 method was taken by the pastry chefs already. So I use the figure of 8 method of stirring. And this is to ensure that I stir the whole pot the whole time. Now I'm going to cook this for about 45 minutes and low, slow heat. Just let it reduce and let it cool down. And then I'm going to blitz it with a food processor. And you can really blitz it to a smoothness you prefer, or like I prefer to leave it very chunky. Now I've cheated a little bit on this because I've made this beforehand, and we're going to do our chicken next. Chicken. Now for this recipe, I have removed the skin. Thank you, chef. And this is a US chicken leg quarter. Look at that beautiful size. Now, for this recipe, I've removed the skin, and the reason for that, thank you, Chef Sunil. Thank you for the teamwork. Right. So for this, I've removed the skin, and just to show how versatile chicken really is. With the skin, of course, you get a fat and you get awesome flavor. But with the skin removed, it's more healthy option. In these days where everybody is checking the weight like me, it makes it so much healthier if you remove the skin. So simply, I'm going to brush my barbecue sauce, and you can see mine is quite chunky. I'm going to brush it onto my chicken. A nice even coating all over. Just give me a try. There we go. Barbecue chicken all the way from North America. Now, up next. Up next, I've got my chimichurri. Now, chimichurri all the way from South America. Very famous in Argentina, and then, of course, Brazil samba. And simply, I'm going to take a glass bowl to mix my marinade in. And we'll start off with some chopped onions. And this have that awesome herby flavor, amazing sauce. You can use it as a marinade, you can use it as a dipping sauce, you can use it as a condiment. Goes delicious with meats and fish. Smoked paprika, lemon and juice, very important to bring out that flavors. My red wine vinegar, chopped mint, finely chopped chives, and then very important, my finely chopped parsley. And I'm going to mix this all together with a fork and add my oil. And you can let it stand a little bit, about 10 minutes, so that the flavors can really combine. And please remember to keep some separate to serve your chicken with. Thank you, Sunil. Just grab that. Now this one, I'm going to leave the skin on. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to pierce it with a fork. You see, John? You see when I'm stabbing it? And the reason why we stab this or pierce this is to let the skin crisp up. And also for the marinade to really penetrate into the meat for that awesomeness. Now, very important, make sure to keep some of your chimichurri separate, because I'm going to use this as a condiment and I'm going to put it over my chicken for my final presentation as well. Now, I'm going to take my chicken, I'm going to coat it all over with my chimichurri sauce. And this chicken is very big for this bowl. Come work with me. And guys, remember, you can use whatever you have in your house. Marinate it. That little bit of extra effort will really enhance the flavor of any dish. If you like a little bit of spice like me, add some chilies. If not, leave it out. It's your choice. Now, I'm going to wrap this up with some cling film, and I'm going to keep it in a chiller above 5 degrees Celsius or below 5 degrees Celsius or above 0 degrees Celsius. And I can leave it for as little as 15 minutes, up to 12 hours or overnight. I prefer 3 to 4 hours is more than sufficient. Thank you, Chef Sunil. Up here. So that's our chimichurri sauce, all the way from Argentina and Brazil. Up next, I'm going home. Back home to my country, South Africa. Very known, well known for peri sauce. We love it. We eat it on a lot of things, especially chicken and meat. And we use a little chili there called a bird's eye chili, which is very flavorsome and very spicy. But I found for this recipe, the little small Thai chilies work excellently. Now, I just did it to show you because I'm cheating a little bit. This is television. I get to cheat, but at home, you can roast your vegetables before the time, your onion, your garlic, and then, of course, your pepper. I've done this before, so I created a peri sauce already, and now we're going to continue making the sauce for our marinade. So, in a medium saucepan, come on, let's go. Oh, Chef Sunil, thank you. Always good to have a technological advance guy to help. John, I don't know what you're saying to me. What are you saying? Oh, is the oil in the way? Just say that. All right, we start off with a little bit of olive oil in my saucepan, medium high heat, and I'm gonna add my ingredients. First of all, my paprika, my roast chilies, oregano, very important, gives that beautiful flavor. Some lemon zest for that tang. My lemon juice, quite a bit of salt, and my vinegar. And to that, I'm gonna add my peri sauce that I have preheated, or pre-made. Sorry, not preheated. Thank you, Chef Sunil. And please do take the effort to roast the the peppers before the time. It really gives that awesome flavor, smokiness to it. Thank you, Sunil. Again, I'm going to stir it in a figure of 8 because the pastry chefs took figure of 7 and 9. Oh, and you know, they say cooking is about all the senses, the smell, the taste, the touch. I believe that cooking is also about emotion. Because when I smell and see this, I'm going back to my home on the farm in a Free State where we slaughtered our own chickens and we use this amazing recipe to marinate it with. Now, we're going to let our marinade cool down. And for this recipe, thank you, Chef Sunil. For this recipe, I'm going to cut the chicken. Thank you so much. Got my beautiful chicken here, and I'm going to slash it this time. So, do you have a cut here? Do you have a shot here, John? I'm going to cut it. And not too deep. You really want your marinade to penetrate into the meat. You want to give the meat that awesome smoky flavor of a peri peri sauce. Our sauce has cooled down enough. And please remember to keep some separate because we can use it as a condiment. You can blitz it up in a machine to make it nice and smooth and runny. And we look at this consistency. It should be a liquid. Or you can leave it more chunky, whatever you prefer. Right. Simply drench your chicken inside a peri peri. On both sides, make sure it's coated all over. I'm going to wrap with cling film in a chiller for 15 minutes at least, up to 12 hours overnight. I prefer 3 to 4 hours really do the job. It really enhances that flavors. Thank you, Chef Sunil. Right, so let's talk about the cooking of our chicken. We've done all the mise en place before, and now we're going to cook our chicken. Missionaries?
Yes, Chef. Chef, the last question is on cooking temperatures. So we'll wait for the poll. We'll wait for the cooking to be done to ask the poll. But in the meantime, I have 3 or 4 private questions for you from your audience. Okay, so 2 of them I will save for later. But now somebody has asked us, I always thaw my chicken outside, and you said that 5 to 60 is the danger zone. Anyway, I'm going to cook my chicken soon after, so does it matter?
Yes, of course it does matter. You cannot leave chicken outside in the danger zone above 5 degrees Celsius or below 60 degrees Celsius because at this temperature, bacteria really thrive. The correct way to thaw chicken is inside the chiller overnight. I always say, plan your work and work your plan. So take your chicken out the night before, let it thaw in a chiller at the right temperature, and it will be safe to use. Because remember, if you do not thaw it in a right temperature zone, you can make somebody very sick, and you don't want to be responsible for that. Does that answer your question?
Yes, and as we've learned from our experience with trying to thaw this chicken, the US chicken, it was a block of 15 kilos. It took us, after 3 days, it was yet rock hard. So I suggest you start well in advance. Your workflow is a few days in advance.
There you go. Plan your work, work your plan. Advice to you. Now, how do we cook our chicken? I have this beautiful French grill or griddle pan, as most of you know it. John, can you get a shot of that? And we can use it in a very high heat and really get that grill marks on that everybody like. And please do not call it caramelized. There is a specific word for it. It's called the Miller effect, which is a scientific name for when the molecules interact with one another. Really amazing story for another day. Right. Oh, I have this beautiful griddle pan that you actually put straight into the oven. and this will help to get that effect of grill marks as well. We South Africans love doing it on the barbecue or on the coals, nice hot coals, and you simply cook your chicken on there. Now, very important, when we cook our chicken, always use a food thermometer to take the temperature. And when I cook a chicken parts with bone in, the temperature should be 76 degrees or higher. If I cook boneless chicken, like a chicken breast, then you can cook it till 71 degrees or higher. And then very important, when you cook a whole bird, 82 degrees and higher. Please make sure that you do not serve raw chicken. Right, now, I've got this beautiful oven. And it's got a built-in probe. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put my chicken inside the oven. And I'm going to insert the probe into the thickest part of the chicken. Down. Probe. And I preheated my oven to 200 degrees Celsius with the probe set at 76 degrees Celsius. Now, this is very important. The probe is set at 76 degrees Celsius. That means my oven will continue cooking until the chicken reaches a core temperature of 76 degrees Celsius. Remember, when we take the temperature, always use a food thermometer, and we measure the inner core temperature at the thickest part of the chicken. Very important. Is there any questions for me, Ms. Shanaz?
Yeah, the question is, Chef, why can't we eat chicken rare or meat?
Now,
Can you hear me?
sorry, I lost you for a few seconds there.
Yeah, so the question is, can I eat chicken rare or medium done?
No, not at all. Please never ever serve chicken rare or medium rare. Chicken should always be well done. And the reason for that is there is a virus inside called salmonella. Salmonella, not salmonella. Salmonella is something we make pasta with. Right.
Chef,
So
it's
the
a
salmonella
bacteria.
virus.
Chef, it's a bacteria. Not everything is COVID, okay?
Yes, but yes, it's not a virus. It's a bacteria inside the meat, and for that reason, we have to cook it to a core temperature of 71 degrees or above for boneless chicken, 76 degrees and higher for bone-in chicken, and whole birds 82 degrees and higher, and then it will make the chicken safe to eat. Does that answer your question?
Yes, and I have two more questions actually. The next one is a nice one. Can I thaw my chicken in the microwave?
Yes, you can. You can thaw it in a microwave, but a microwave creates hot spots. So if you are going to defrost your chicken in a microwave, you need to cook it immediately after, because it will create hot spots within the chicken, and that is where the bacteria will start to grow, because it will be out of temperature zone or in the danger zone.
And the last private question I have, which is really very nice actually. So she wants to know, I don't have a thermometer. If I don't have a thermometer, how do I know my chicken is done?
Well, very easily. You can just make an incision or a cut into your meat, and there should not be any redness around the bone area. If there's no bone cut through the chicken breast, it should be firm with no running blood or running moisture. Then you know it's cooked up to temperature. But if you set your oven at 200 degrees, and we'll cook it for 25 to 30 minutes, depend on how big or how thick your chicken is. And then you measure the temperature. If you do not have a thermometer, make an incision, check there is no blood, and then it should be good. Does that help?
So shall we put out a poll for them now?
Yes, please.
They're going to do this easily. You've been repeating it so much that they're going to get it very easily. All 100%. So the question is, what is the recommended cooking temperature for parts of chicken that contain the bone?
Sorry, ma'am, can you repeat? No, no, sorry.
The recommended cooking temperature for bone-in. Oh, it's changing. That's surprising. Okay.
Oh. Sauce. That's it.
Okay, so the answers are 73% say 76 degrees Celsius, 10% say 65 degrees, and 15% say 93 degrees Celsius.
Yes, that's correct. Can you hear me?
Which one? They're all divided on this one.
So the correct answer is 76 degrees or higher. All the people that said 76 degrees or higher, you are correct. Well done. Thank you for paying attention.
Chef,
Okay.
your helpers keep taking you off the screen for some reason. Your team of helpers keep taking you off the screen for every now and then.
John, why are you taking me off the screen? Okay, so we are finished. Now only the final presentation, and as you can see, I like to coat my chicken with some extra sauce. We've got our barbecue chicken, skinless for health reasons, my beautiful chimichurri chicken, and then of course the one I love all the way from South Africa, my peri chicken. Now, Chef Sunil, would you like to have a taste with me? Can I cut you a piece? Remember, Chanel said I must use my left hand, yeah? And not my right hand. This is a bit hot and spicy. Ooh. This takes me home, Chef, all the way back to Africa. There you go. One for you. I'm going to have one too. John, you can eat afterwards. I know you want to. Big chickens. Yes. There we go, boss. That's really good. And that's how simple it is. Delicious. Well done.
Can you ask John to zoom in on the chicken? We cannot see it very clearly.
John, Chanel's asked that you just zoom into the chicken. So there's my chimichurri, which is going to... Why is this going to... Chimichurri chicken.
That looks very nice now.
Yeah. Oh, and the flavors in that, madam. And then, of course, my barbecue. You have that.
Oh, that's amazing.
And then my favorite, the peri. So, thank you for being with us. See you next week, same time, same place. And follow me on this journey around the world with US chicken. And we're going to do some more marinades. Culinary greetings from myself, Chef Adam, and the ICCA team. Over to you, Ms. Shanaz.
Thank you, Chef. That was a lovely demo, and look forward to the next 3 webinars you're going to do on chicken. The next webinar for all of you is going to be marinades again, but he's going to do marinades from this part of the world, from the Eastern Hemisphere rather. And I had an email from Zaida recently, Zaida from Trinidad, and she said, hope all is well with y'all. And why are all the webinars shut off? So I had to write back to tell her that we were all getting ready for a next round of webinars, not just on poultry, but on baking and pastry making and other topics too, for which you will keep receiving emails and invitations. Look forward to having all of you again with us. Thank you very much for attending this show with us.
Thank you, Chef Adam and Shanaz, for this interesting session this afternoon. Wonderful chicken leg quarters here just in front of me. For those who have joined us a little late, an email will soon follow with the replay video of this webinar, together with a handout as well. We look forward to seeing you in the next session on ICCA Live very soon. Until then, goodbye from all of us here. Bye.